Alright, everybody, for this episode of our Best of 2022 series, we are going to the Best Executed game. This is for a game that did a really great job, not so much in standing out, but a game that went through the entire thing and stuck the landing, and it's just a very impressive game, and one you should check out if you're looking for, well, something to fill your gaming backlog this holiday. So to start with, for, I guess, the equipment contender portion of our award, well, it goes to every game that we've played this year that was just okay. Or, it's alright. And there were certainly a lot of them. In terms for honorable mentions this year, I'm going to be giving it to Drainus. Drainus was the latest shoot-'em-up from the developers of Touhou Lunar Nights, as well as Record of Lotus War, Delit Wonderland, Wonderworld, one of those two. It was one of those very long titles. But Drainus was a 2D shoot-'em-up that we played earlier this year, with the big twist being that not only did you get like different weapons and abilities, but you could modify your ship with unlocks, being able to destroy enemy bullets, and that kind of thing. It's a game that is really, really solid, but it didn't really do anything that I would say, like, stands above, or stands out from the norm of shmups and shoot-'em-ups that we've played. But, fantastic game, we went through the whole thing in one night. There was kind of like an arcade, or I think one credit mode you could also do. It's still a very fantastic shoot-'em-up for fans if you may have missed it. Alright, so coming in at number 3 is going to be Shadow over Loathing, the sequel to West of Loathing, based on the King of Dry Wit and Humor, the Kingdom of Loathing franchise. Really enjoyed West of Loathing, and Shadows over Loathing takes us to the creepy Lovecraftian side of dry humor and wit. It is very much, again, in the same vein as the previous game, with new classes, new enemies to deal with, more weird and assorted puzzles to go through, and you can be a cheesemancer. So yes, you can literally use the power of cheese to win. So, another one of those games that you will either love it or hate it. And if you are a fan of anything that has to do with the Kingdom of Loathing, or again, West of Loathing, this is definitely going to be a must-play for you. Alright, so for our silver or second place award this year, that is going to go to Infernax. Infernax is a game that very much is, what if we took like the Simon's Quest 2D like action, adventure, kind of more exploration take, and we loaded up with all the blood, guts, and gore that one could fit into a Nestle. This is a very challenging 2D platformer that comes with replayability in the form of playing it good or evil. They did eventually release additional characters, and while the game doesn't really do anything, again, that I think goes above and beyond for the genre, it has some really great and very graphic cutscenes, and it's just overall a incredibly solid action game. But keep in mind, though, that it can feature some very tricky jumps, especially when you combine the kind of uncontrollable air dash with trying to land precisely on platforms. But if you don't mind guts and gore and looking for a really great action game, then definitely pick up Infernax. So with that said, coming in for number 1 for Best Executed Game of 2022, I am going to give it to Swordship. Swordship is an arcade-style game where you are trying to deliver packages from evil corporations or getting away from them, all in a very stylized ocean. The twist of this one is that you are not actually doing any attacking. Instead, you're going to have to try and trick the enemies into attacking each other, thereby clearing the way for you to pick up packages and drop them off at their respective points. There's a give or take kind of system where after each level, you'll have to decide, do you want to give up packages for score and lives? Or do you want to give it up to get like a special perk or modify your ship for the remainder of the run? The game came with multiple difficulty settings, and it is a very great example again of why I want to have this category. Again, each individual aspect of Swordship is not, again, going to be this groundbreaking, never before seen kind of game. But everything that's in this title works. It has great aesthetics, the music and sound accompany it really well. Gameplay is easy to grasp but difficult to master, and it is one of those games that I feel deserves more eyes on it. It is by no means the longest experience you're going to have as a video game for 2022, but again, it is a really great arcade style game and incredibly solid and polished to boot. So that is going to do it for the best executed game. And we'll be coming back with some more exemplary or titles that go above and beyond for our coming episodes. So you'll find links to all the games down below. Do the liking, subscribing, and commenting. Are there any games from you that you felt deserve a nom or just some time in the spotlight without being this groundbreaking, never before seen game? Be sure to leave that in the comments as well. Check out our Discord and Patreon, and come back for daily discussions on game design here, and on game wisdom, where we examine the art and science of games.